fresh details have now emerged from newly released Epstein files, with filmmaker Mira Nair, the mother of New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani, being mentioned in a 2009 email linked to Jeffrey Epstein. According to documents released by the U.S. Justice Department, an email dated 21st of October 2009 sent by publicist Peggy Segal to Epstein refers to an after-party for Mira Nair's film Amelia, held at the townhouse of Ghislaine Maxwell, who was later convicted of sex trafficking. In the email, Segal writes that former US President Bill Clinton and Amazon founder Jeff Bezos were also present at the gathering. The email also briefly commented on the film's reception at the event. The Justice Department has now made public over 3 million pages of records, along with thousands of videos and images linked to Jeffrey Epstein. Separately, the files also include email exchanges between Epstein and Tesla CEO Elon Musk from 2012 discussing travel logistics. No allegation or charges have been made against any of these individuals named. Authorities stress that names being mentioned don't necessarily imply any wrongdoing on their part, as the scrutiny around Epstein files continue. And the major disclosure, the U.S. Department of Justice releasing that massive cache of investigative material linked to late financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The release, as I mentioned earlier, include 3 million pages of record, more than 2,000 videos and about 1.8 lakh images. U.S. Deputy Attorney General said that the move fulfills a transparency mandate by the Congress, stressing that the material was reviewed to ensure public accountability while victims' identities have been protected.
Today, we are producing more than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images. In total, that means that the department produced approximately 3.5 million pages in compliance with the Act. Just a quick note about the videos and images. The 2,000 videos and 180,000 images are not all videos and images taken by Mr. Epstein or someone around him. They include large quantities of commercial pornography and images that were seized from Epstein's devices, but which he did not take or that someone around him did not take.
The disclosure comes amid criticism over delays and reductions in earlier releases and scrutiny over whether powerful figures were being shielded. U.S. authorities have rejected those claims, saying that there is no hidden information that is being withheld. While President Donald Trump has acknowledged knowing Epstein, he has denied any knowledge of the sex trafficking operation.
I mean, yes, I can assure that we complied with the statute, we complied with the act, and there is no, we did not protect President Trump, we didn't protect or not protect anybody. I mean, I think that there's a hunger or a thirst for information that I do not think will be satisfied by the review of these documents. And there's nothing I can do about that. But President Trump, of all the people in Washington, D.C. and around this country that have said for years the same consistent message about Jeffrey Epstein as President Trump. And so there's not been a change of course or anything, and certainly his direction to the American people and the Department of his direction to the Department of Justice was to be as transparent, release the files, be as transparent as we can, and that's exactly what we did.
Officials say that sensitive material was withheld to protect victims and ongoing investigation, with all women's identities masked.
We said in July, and it remains as true today as it was in July, if we had information, we meaning the Department of Justice, about men who abused women, we would prosecute them, right? We talked about the work that we're doing. That's why I said that. I said this earlier. There's this built-in assumption that somehow there's this hidden tranche of information of men that we know about that we're covering up or that we're choosing not to prosecute. That is not the case.
And Jeffrey Epstein died in jail by suicide, but the fallout from the case continue to reverberate globally. Billionaire Elon Musk has also responded on social media after his name appeared in a fresh batch of files related to Jeffrey Epstein released by the US Justice Department in an email made public on Friday. Musk is seen asking whether Epstein was planning any parties. However, the email also showed that Musk declined the invitation to visit Epstein's private island, reacting to the disclosure on X. In fact, Musk said he was aware that limited email exchanges took place with Epstein could be misinterpreted and used to smear his reputation. Musk said that no one pushed harder than me to have the Epstein files released, and I'm glad that has finally happened. He also added that he had very little correspondence with Epstein, repeatedly declined invitation to visit his island or travel on his private aircraft.